Watch this video. Now, for you to understand this video better, this is Mali. For you to understand this video better, watch this other video.
Honored that you are giving a speech to us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, MEPs. Well, I don't know. First, let me most sincerely show my gratitude and thank you for opportunity of being part of your section. It was a very good listen how discussions go on. The first question people wonder is, why am I here? I'm just here to be able to start a conversation because I found out that the European Union, or most countries of Europe and the Western world, actually have little knowledge about Nigeria and Africa in general. And because of it, in their decision, in their thinking, they rarely bring Africa into perspective. I said to them, it is time to rethink. Africa today is the last frontier of global development. It's the second biggest continent in terms of size in the world, the second biggest continent in terms of population. It's a continent that has the highest amount of natural resources. It's a continent that has vast uncultivated land, a continent with young population. 60% of African population today is young. But then it's a continent of mass poverty. Today, Europe, if I take Nigeria for example, Nigeria in terms of population is 50% of European Union population. You are about 450 million. We're over 240 million.
Yes.
So we over have 50% of your population. In terms of the land size, Nigeria, Europe is about 4-point-something million square kilometers. Nigeria is about a quarter of that. Just Nigeria. But when you come to in terms of wealth, while Europe have a per capita of over $40,000, Nigeria, which is over 50% of your population, our per capita is below about 2.5% of that of Europe. So you could see the potential, with all the resources, the potential for growth. The nearest continent to Africa, to Nigeria, is Europe. So if Africa today turns around, the biggest beneficiary will be Europe. If it collapses,
Yes.
the consequence will affect you more. And I believe that we have so many commonalities that we can work together and everything. And what is the problem of Africa? The problem of Africa remains leadership. To have a political leadership that is competent, that have the capacity, compassion, commitment, and character to be able to deal with issues of corruption, law and order, focus on investing in critical areas of development, which is health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. It was discussed here that we have issue of.
Now, if you remember what the Bible says, say, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. That video I first showed the people is Mali. That's Mali. They are mining gold and other mineral resources and they are exporting it
For example,
to Europe
Nigeria have
to go
about
and sell.
20 million people.
Yes, to go and say they're exporting their mineral resources out of Africa. But if these people have the interest of Africa at heart, why don't they help Africa develop better? They are our colonies. These people made us. These people showed us their culture. Europeans showed us who they are, and we adapted to it. So what is too hard for you to allow us grow? Because that is what I think. These people don't want us to grow. This is why Peter will be easier to tell them that they should help us. Because if Africa collapses, it's going to affect them. And if Africa rises, it's still going to be there. It's still going to be of European benefits. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is the vision we are telling you about. It's not like Peter B is not a saint, bro, but he has vision. He's seeing the possibility of growth, not collapsing, not a possibility of there's nothing we can do. No, there's always something we can do in Africa to achieve a better result. This is all we need. Just allow us grow. Allow us grow and help us